games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Boston College Eagles, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Seminoles will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Boston College's offense will get first crack at it here. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Just those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. And going backwards, and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop. Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will take the field for the first time. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
And the Noles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Levis. They've got it inside the 40 and the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Leaves it with the back. He's in open space downfield. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24. The Golden Eagles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the running back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the Doak. From the gun, wants to pass. catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Just concentrate on one thing, making the catch. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Thrust that arm out.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Noles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a first down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, running back on the move. Got enough for the first. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. They're working that left side. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. You can hand it to him, you can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or...
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Florida State. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. BC has it back and the Eagle offense returns to the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks and they need to get something together with this possession. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Rides the back on the option to give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Second down, they'll go to the air. Find some fresh air. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in with easy pitch and catch. He's thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Fires to the big fella. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. And the Golden Eagles are on the move. They'll leave it with him. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Golden Eagles have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. He'll do it himself. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Woods. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. No is sacked at the 35. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. So first down here as they go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. On the run, fires downfield. Complete to the right. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Peter Warwick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
And man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden and those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think a swag, Reese. Just guys that I know I could throw to the outside that had swag that could take it to the house and make big plays.
Now on first down from the 43. They're going to run it. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Here's the handoff. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the get on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Thanks to grab. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. A strike downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Touchdown, Knowles! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in week 5? And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the returner will be brought down. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of the defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Pulled down for the tackle. And the Golden Eagles come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He'll keep it on the sneak. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields the punt and try to pick up some yards. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Finds a tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
And the Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Rushes on him. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
You know, we're only in the first half of this football game, and already this offense has had tons of success throwing the football. The defense has to disrupt his rhythm, and they finally do there, getting the sack. They've given up 3 TD passes. Let's see if they can continue with the pass rush moving forward.
Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, if at first you succeed, try again. They've already linked up twice for touchdown passes, so no question the quarterback here is still in the first half looking for his go-to guy, but you got to give the defense credit there. They were expecting it. They were able to make sure that one fell incomplete.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And you just won't see a more effective punt than that, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll try the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Guys, let's talk about Boston College for a minute. It can be a little bit tricky to balance that high school recruiting, transfer portal recruiting for some of the non-traditional powers. But when they're grabbing linebackers like this guy, you know they're doing the right thing.
Absolutely, and there's nothing tricky about that, right? Like recruiting high school play.
Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Here's a heat. He's going to... There he goes. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Seminoles come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down. After the incompletion on 2nd down, it's 3rd and inches. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Gets it out quickly. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football.
Grabs it up to 25 in stride. Touchdown Seminoles. And they take it in for 6 more points. He is dialed in. David, remember when we called Jameis Winston's debut? 27 passes, not one hit the ground. The 2 incompletions were caught out of bounds. This guy's locked in like that.
Locked in, dialed in. And when you're compared to Jameis Winston, and by the way, I mean, he was in fuego that night. It was awesome to be there. Those are the kind of guys that catapult you to the next level and bring Florida State back.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Throws to the wideout.
It's 8 o'clock.
To the right. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Soft spot in the middle. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Timeout, Boston College.
Looking downfield on first down. Firing to the right, complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Boston College coming to the line after moving the chains. They'll run play action. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And when you're running the ball well, QBs love going to play action. You get the linebackers starting to suck up closer to the line of scrimmage. They're keying on those running backs, and it just makes pitch and catch so much easier for these quarterbacks and receivers.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it on the run.
I mean, what great athletic ability to toe tap the sideline and keep him in bounds. What a 1-yard gain.
It is good. Are forced to settle for the field goal. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Here's the return from inside his 10. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Waning seconds of the first half, let's see just how aggressive they'll be. He'll start this drive firing. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. From the gun, the running back looking for room. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Absolutely perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Boston College ready to kick things off and start the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. He's going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
And they try to sneak the draw play in there and try to show pass right away, get it to the running back. Defense not fooled in the slightest. Nice job getting upfield, getting to the running back, getting him on the ground.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Noles will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Takes it on the return. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. The give. Picks up the first down, still moving. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. off the play fake on first down. Pulls it in. It's Woods. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to go up top. Got his man quickly. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Golden Eagles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And the Golden Eagles come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He splits the uprights. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Penn State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. Really unexpected outcome in this intriguing Big Ten matchup, and the type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Right back to the well. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Levis. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. The screen, he can go. Just leaves him grabbing air as he gets down to the 35.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll go up top on second and short. He's open on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And when this quarterback is in a rhythm, this offense is really hard to stop. You've seen that on this drive. He's 3 for 3, but they're also running the ball well. Everything they're dialing up right now is working.
Looking for the goal line. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And after the really good gain on first down, they'll try to finish it off on... Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Hand off from the shotgun. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires downfield. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Boston College will send out the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Okay, guys, the Florida State returns to the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Noles will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going for it all. And he can't make the connection on his 1st attempt. Let's see if he settles down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force him to settle for a field goal? From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Noles!
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Got the quick completion. Turning it on. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26. The Golden Eagles with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. From the gun, running back gets to give. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
Tight end now in motion. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
He'll try to do it himself. And a nice pickup on the run, and gets down to avoid contact. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Got to give this defense a ton.
What kind of dinner?
They watch the film. They watch this offense go up and down the field. This QB throw multiple
Steak.
TDs their last game out. Didn't allow a TD pass in the 1st half. And here they are in the 2nd half doing a nice job defending the deep ball.
Sets up the screen. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead.
Happy Father's
so
Day.
Far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So we open the final period with a third down play. Third down play from the gun. Fires to the right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the fourth quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the field. That tells you something, okay? You can take what you want from it, but this offense definitely not interested in running clock, interested in making a point.
God, Madden rain games are crazy.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. Spin, still running. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down.
and MOF.
To the air on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
I think
it's going to be tough sledding for the offense here.
We
They're
were in
trying
the
to ice
playoffs
this game by
June
running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game. But
and the Super Bowl got played like the 17th.
So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did.
Crazy.
It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what
I think the other one finished before June.
Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They go to the ground. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away.
Breaks into the open. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's back-to-back plays that are not good for this offense. I mean, you've got to protect your main man. Your quarterback has to be upright to make decisions, to make big plays. Sacked on first down and a quarterback hit on second down. Got to do a better job.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we're looking pretty good.
Wants to go up top on first down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some...
Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. Touchdown, Seminoles. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the fourth quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll give it to him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job at contained by this defense, and in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic, and that's exactly what happened there.
Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that now.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
BC back to work after picking up the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Hauls it in. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there. They'll try to get the first through the air. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you can just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
The Seminoles, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and finally, this defense makes a play. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily...
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And the Golden Eagles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You've got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.